Hey, gun nuts. I want to talk to you guys today about surviving the encounter. This one is the second part of so far 3-part series called Survive the Encounter. Today is about being pulled over with or without your firearm. Okay? And again, my disclaimer, I'm not law enforcement. I'm not a police officer. I don't have any official police officer training. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not any way official representative of the police department. I do have homeboys that are in uniform that I was able to talk to and get some information about how if I was in a scenario where I could help prolong or not prolong, but just go through the situation as smoothly as possible. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was if I was pulled over and I had my firearm with me, or if I did not have my firearm with me. So one of the things is I'm a YouTube rat. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I see a lot of guys who do the First Amendment audits. And these guys have bigger balls than I got. You know, I'm gonna stay in my lane because my balls aren't that big. I'm not gonna walk around, drive around and challenge law enforcement. You know, let them do their job over there where they do their thing, and I'm gonna kick it over here where I know how to kick it. But anyway, so first off, when you're being pulled over, you see those lights come on behind you. Definitely look for a safe place for you to be able to pull over, as well as the officer. You don't want to pull over into an area where if he has to get out the car, then you know there's going to be traffic coming or anything like that, if you can help it. Two, the other things I see on YouTube is these guys, they'll have a law enforcement officer approach the car and they'll roll the window down like this much. You're asking for it, man. Just roll the damn window down. Roll the window down. And another thing, if it's at night, you want to turn the interior dome light on of your car. And the next thing that I was taught when I was growing up, because I had a lot of friends of mine whose fathers were in law enforcement, and they put me up on game. So I'm trying to give you the game. Your hands on the steering wheel like this. This shows compliance and de-escalation. Because remember, now you take it from a law enforcement standpoint. When I'm approaching a vehicle, knowing how today's society is, and let's keep it 100% funky. There are criminals out here. There have been police officers shot in just general traffic stops. Okay? So they're already on 1,000 as a police officer, and then they back it down as they see the scenario requires not such a high level of, you know, enthusiasm, let's say. All right. So one, when you see the flashing lights, pull over. Keep your hands on the steering wheel like such. Roll your window down. Turn your music off. In some scenarios, you can even turn your vehicle off. This shows the officer, hey, I'm not trying to flee. I'm not trying to ignore you. By having my music bumping mad loud. And I'm here to cooperate, and let's get this over with. A lot of times when you've been pulled over, it could be something so minuscule. But a lot of these guys I see on YouTube videos and TV, officer pulls them over for a brake light or something stupid, small, I should say, not stupid. And the guy wants to crack the window this much, or he wants to speed off. Now you've got a whole bunch of different charges added on, or, you know, things like that. Now, if you do feel like you're getting into a scenario where you may be arrested, of course, you want to invoke your legal right and say, hey, I want to have my legal counsel or a lawyer, and then shut up. Shut up. The phrase, anything you say and do can and will be used against you, was not stated for no reason. All right? Don't try to hold court on the side of the road, and don't try to be the judge and jury on the side of the road. You wait till you have your court date, you get all your facts, you get legal counsel and representation, and then you go to court and you argue your case. there is less of a chance of you being shot in a courtroom versus the side of the road. Another reason why I thought about this was because Killer Mike, who I follow on Instagram, is some videos on him on YouTube of him talking about that, you know, don't die on the side of the road like a dog. You know, you wait till you get your court date. So that's part of where this comes from. Be courteous. Be professional. You know, yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Make this situation go as smoothly as possible. If you do have your weapon, learn your state laws about that. In my state of Virginia, well, this is what I do. I make sure that I have all my documentation and my identifications with me, and I present them to the officer at the time of the stop. That way, like I'm saying, officer, I'm being compliant. I'm showing you everything up front. I have nothing to hide. Most important, don't be riding dirty. Do your dirt while you're lonely. Do your dirt at your house. If you smoke, if you drink, whatever, don't do it while you're driving your car. You are asking for trouble. All right? Telegraph your movements. Officer says, get your this or that. Officer, I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to go and unbuckle my seatbelt, and then I'm going to get the documents you require. Or, officer, this is where my weapon is located. What are your instructions? Okay? You can survive these encounters very easily by not trying to be a knucklehead or trying to do something that you saw on YouTube that you think might be cool because you can shine on an officer. Just get through the scenario, survive the encounter, make it home to your family. If you are operating a vehicle, you do have to identify yourself. That is a law. It's not, oh, well, I'm not going to tell you who I am because of this. Don't have anything bellowing out your car that smells kind of funky. You know what I'm talking about. Don't do that. So basically told, man, good people put themselves in bad situations by being misinformed. I'm just hoping that this video will help you out in your information part of surviving the encounter. A traffic stop is the most dangerous thing for a police officer, as far as, because a lot of times it's at night. You're dealing with the unknown when you walk up on somebody's car. If you ever notice, when a police officer comes up on your car, they kind of stand back. One, they don't want to get shot by standing right in front of you. So if you got those kind of intentions, just don't, man. You know what I mean? You're going to open yourself up for a whole bunch of scenarios that you don't want. Unless you have a death wish, then, you know, you can find another way to off yourself if that's your problem. Or seek some help. Get somebody to talk to about what's going on in your mind. When they run your tags, they're going to find out if you have a concealed weapon permit or so forth. So just make it known when they approach the window. Now, the other thing about it is, like, when you get stopped, you don't know what was called in or what was said on their radio on their side of things to say, all right, well, why is he stopping me? It could have been your vehicle matches the description. They walk up to the car. Say if you have a gray Ford, right? And they say, oh, a gray Ford was seen exiting this, and woody woo. Driver's a black male. And then the police officer walks up to your window and you turn out to be a white male, or vice versa. If it was a white male and fits the description and he walks up on you and says it's a black male, well, all right, well, obviously not you. Hey, let me just get your license and registration, blah, blah, blah. Boom. Make sure you're good to go. Here you go. Sorry about the stop. We had an issue with such and such. You're free to go. But if you sit there and, oh, man, you stopping me, man. You racist, man. You this, you that. You know what I'm saying? You making the you are making the scenario worse than it has to be. Just make it quick. Get all your stuff together and get them on. Like I said, they're going to assume the worst as soon as they walk up on you in the first place anyway. By you having your hands flat on the steering wheel like such, they can see all your hands. They can see where you're at. Don't fumble around in the car. Don't be looking for stuff while they're standing there talking to you. especially with your light off in the car and the car is dark and you got your hands down here and you doing like this. You make me nervous. And I'm not a cop. You know what I mean? You make me nervous. So, just, these are some things, like I said, that would help you with being stopped by a police officer. Now, what to do if you have your weapon? Make it known, present your credentials. What if you have your weapon and you don't have credentials as far as a concealed weapons permit? Trunk carry. Trunk carry is completely legal. I don't think it's necessary, but as an extra precaution, I would go ahead and separate the firearm from the ammo. Unload your weapon, put it in your trunk, especially if you're going to like the range or something like that. You can have the car in the vehicle in some states. I would, like I said, find out your state law, but I don't think that's a good idea from my perspective as me. If I did not have my concealed carry permit, I would not drive around with my firearm laying in the seat. Just think about some things, man. Think ahead of time and common sense thought. I think that was pretty much most of what I had for a traffic stop in the Survive the Encounter series. I hope this helps you guys out with information that is useful. If you have been stopped and have some advice to add, give me a comment below. Say, hey, homeboy, this is what happened to me when I got stopped, and this is how I was able to survive the encounter. If you're law enforcement and you're able to do so in an unofficial capacity, and you're watching my videos, I know y'all probably watching me because of my name, Homeboy, but you know what I'm saying? I'm one of the good guys, baby. Two-way all day. I'm from Virginia, so we say VA, but two-way all day. But anyway, you know, if you got something to add to that, leave a comment below and say, hey, look, you know, as a police officer, this is what we anticipate, and this is how you guys can help us out and make things go even smoother. Please leave the comment. Please like, share, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get the ding when I release videos. And always, if you are an entrepreneur or if you are somebody who has some dreams, chase your dreams down. Don't just think about them. Chase them dreams down, tackle them, hold them tight, and then live your dreams. You know what I mean? God gave you the ability to have that dream because He has that envisioned for your life. A lot of people won't be able to see what your dream is because God didn't give them that dream. He gave it to you. That means, yeah, the crown is going to be heavy, king or queen out there listening to me. But guess what? You're the king or the queen. That crown was designed for you, and you were designed for that crown. Wear it. God bless you, and happy shooting.